Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome back to Pages of Chelsea. I am your girl, Chelsea, and I am recording this at night. So it's going to be a quick video because, baby, it's bath time. So she's getting bathed, and I got to do her hair, get her moisturized, get her ready for bed. So we're going to get this going. It's not going to be a long video because July's reading wrap up has already been posted. That was a little over 30 minutes. So this one is not going to be as long. So let's get started. This is going to be August's TBR. Whoop whoop. August. I cannot believe that it is August of 2024. I feel like we just got started. I feel like it should be March of 2024, but it's August. We're on month 8. That means we only got 4 more months left. And before I get started TBR, let's do a total count of how many books I've read so far this year per my Goodreads. Now, a little asterisk. Okay? I do count books that I DNF. And if you're new to reading, DNF did not finish. Because I give books a real shot. And for me, a real shot is like 7, 10, 15 chapters halfway through. And I feel like if I digested any of the story, it counts. Don't argue with me, argue with your mama. But that's how I keep count. Okay? If I open the book and I am tempted to read it, I read a book. I just didn't finish it. But I read a book. So it counts on my list. So this year I've read 35 books. I have picked up 35 different pieces of work and I have read 35 books. My goal for this year was 50 books. I did a book for each week. So there is 52 weeks in a year. But I started late, so I didn't give myself the whole 52 weeks. Is it 52 weeks, y'all? I'm pretty sure it's 52 weeks. Yes, 52 weeks. So I gave myself 50 books to read because I started like end of January, early February, and I felt like I could catch up with that. So I gave myself 50 books to read this year, and I'm 35 in. And per Goodreads, at the time of this recording, I'm 5 books ahead. Tomorrow is Sunday, so I'll be 4 books ahead. Basically a whole month. But that's where we are. So let's get into August's TBR. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the things that are going to be a little different this month. So this month, I technically have 2 books that are not on Kindle. What? I know. I'm the girl that's talking about reading on a budget, books on a budget. But do not get it twisted. I have 2 library books. Okay? 2. No, yes, I have 2 that we're counting. And I will show you. So the first book on the TBR, the one that I'm starting this month is Fourth Wing. I was able to find a physical, good condition copy of Fourth Wing through the Dallas Public Library, and I was like, I'm gonna take it. There was no wait list. There was actually 2 of these available. So I was like, cool, I'm gonna try this because at the point of me requesting these, I could not find them on Hoopla. I could not find them on Libby through Dallas, and it was not on Kindle Unlimited. The day after I picked up this book, y'all, the day it became available on Kindle Unlimited. So, my goal is this is my daytime book that I'm going to read and sit down to get pages flipping, and then I'm going to do my Kindle for at night when I'm upstairs, or sorry, I'm going to use my Kindle when I am in the bed at night. It's dark because I don't want to turn the light on and wake up my husband. So I have library copy currently, and I have the KU copy on my Kindle, which I don't have with me, which is weird. I carry it everywhere. So that is on our TBR. This is the one that I'm currently reading in the month of August, like right now. Currently reading. I haven't gotten through chapter 1 yet. It's the weekend, so I've been getting out and doing things. But this is one I can read, and I know for a fact that I will be done with this book the first full week of August, because I'm really excited about it. So that is the first book. That's a physical copy. The second book, and if you don't know what Fourth Wing is, I'm sorry. If you don't know what Fourth Wing is, it is about dragons, basically like a war college with dragons. So you deal with all of that stuff, being inadequate. Is this where you want to be? Does my dragon like me? Am I gonna get a dragon? Are we in war for the right reasons? Like all that stuff. Um, and honestly, what got me into this book? I don't know if you guys have ever seen this movie, but if you haven't and you have Amazon Prime, the movie is on Freevee. It's a 3-part movie. Dinotopia. This is kind of what that gives me a little bit when I started reading and when I read the synopsis. And if you like Dinotopia or you like Prison Break, the bald guy from Prison Break, or if you like what was the other show he was in? I cannot remember. Babe, the show with the bald guy with the gun. DC Legends. Thank you. That's my husband. DC Legends. If you like that guy, and I'll put a picture here. He was in that, and that kind of gives me these vibes. So if you liked Fourth Wing, you're like, I already read that. She's not telling me nothing new. Try the Dinotopia on Amazon Prime TV, like app. I'm sorry, and on Freevee. It's a couple ads, but it's 3 parts about dinosaurs, which kind of like dragons in my mind. But yeah, I digress. Okay, and then the second book that we have is I think I went to. Oh, you really can't see it. It's called Skin of the Sea. This is my mermaid adjacent um African for like African lore mixed with mermaids, and I'm obsessed with mermaids. Little Mermaid, mermaids, water creatures, water nymphs, Poseidon, anything water creatures, that's my jam. And I like it because this girl is beautiful. She was on someone's list on Instagram, but I couldn't find it anywhere. And Dallas so happened to have it, so I got it. This is also on my TBR. So these are the 2 physical books that I am reading this month. Okay, so those are out of the way. So there's 2, and then we have 2 more, I believe. Yes, 2 more, and we'll talk about if there's going to be a 5th one. Okay, so the next one that I'm going to read, which I will put that one right here, is going to be we have actually agreed to read The Housemaid Secret. So part 2 to Frida McFadden's Housemaid. We're going to go ahead and get that out the way this month. I did start that one, like a page or 2, but I stopped because I wasn't quite sure if the girls were going to agree to read that or give it more time, and we did. So it's great. That will probably be my second read after Fourth Wing, just to get it out the way because that is a book club book. Okay, so that I'm excited to see what happens next in that story, in that universe. So that will make it 3 books for this month. The 4th book that we're reading. So my book club with me and my besties, we decided that we are going to do this month a psychological thriller and a romance adult book. And that book is going to be called The Billionaire Sub. Now, I don't know if that book's any good. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now. It was one of the books I got on Amazon on a free day. I don't believe it was on the Stuff a Kindle day because we looked yesterday to see if they could find it, and it was still free on Amazon. And this is being recorded on August 3rd, and that book was still free as an ebook. So I think it was just like a free book. I think it had like 1,000 reviews or so, a little bit over 1,000. So we're gonna try that just because we're kind of still on the Wolf Hotel, the adult um money kind of aspect, and that is a 3-book series that I remember. The first book is free, so if you watch this immediately, go check Amazon to see if it's still free if you want to read it, if that's your jam. And then the second 2 books are on Kindle Unlimited, so we didn't have to spend it, pay for anything. Now we did look on Hoopla. I looked on Hoopla for Dallas, and she looked in another city, and they did not have any audio versions. So my other best friend who does audio, she just got it on Audible, I believe. I haven't checked any other cities, but she got it on Audible. So those are the books that we're reading for book club. The Housemaid sequel and the Billionaire sub. So those are the ones that we're reading. Um, so it gives me 4 books, 2 hard copies, an ebook, well, 2 ebooks, and that is the 4 books that I'm reading this month. I'm excited. I got a little fantasy back this month. It's not vampires because I've been reading a lot of vampires. Um, I have mermaids, which I'm excited about. I love mermaids and the fact that it's African lore into it and takes place off the coast of Africa. I think. Hold on, let me double check. I read a lot of synopsises. 1 second. I think so. I'm pretty sure that's what it was because that was kind of what grabbed me to this book. It didn't really say, but she looks like she's in African attire. So we're gonna say that. So I'm excited for that book. Okay, let's talk about the toss-up book. Because as if you watched my last book, I jumped ahead and read the vampires, Filthy Rich Vampires second book, The Second Right, early. It was supposed to be for this month, but I had already read it. So I'm trying to decide if I want to go ahead and go to the 3rd book of that series or if I want to buy the 2nd book for the World Companions. Excuse me, the companion series that I started last month. So that's a toss up. I will probably wait until I finish these 4 books before I add that in and decide if I want to do it. Um, because I really want to get through these. These are kind of stories that I all want to know. And all of these stories are brand new stories except for The Housemaid. It's a sequel. So, and that's kind of something I agreed on in my book club. So I got to get that done. So I will probably wait till the end of the month and decide if I have time or where my brain is, like what I want to read. Because I'm also a mood reader. So just because I say I'm going to read this in this order, I could finish Fourth Wing and decide I'm still into the fantasy and jump straight to mermaids. Or I could be like, oh, that's cute. I want to go to romance and I do the Billionaire sub. Excuse me, guys. So it kind of all depends. So I do a TBR, but I'm still a mood reader. So it's like this is the list you can choose from. You need to find something, and I have a little bit of everything. I have adult content, I have fantasy, I have um black fantasy, I have psychological thrillers. So I feel like I have a little bit of everything. Okay. And then there's a 6th book that is on my list. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I attempted to read Dark Window in June because it was on Kindle Unlimited. I never finished that book. I DNF'd it. Technically, I didn't DNF it because I still want to try. I put it to the side because I realized some books, like Akatar, I probably need to read a paper copy because the ebook wasn't working. But Akatar did audio, so I may try the ebook of that version. But Dark Window, I really wanted to like it. I kind of got into it, but on the ebook, I wasn't digesting the words enough to like understand what was going on. So I also found that at the Dallas Public Library, in a physical copy. So that is on my list. I have that until August 20th. So that is at the bottom. I'm gonna get through the 4 of these and then just see if I want to try that again. If I want to go, into another series. If I just want to stop at 4 and I'll just have to return it because my time's up. But that's what August is looking like. So let me know if I should try to squeeze in a 5th book or if I should just make Dark Window my 5th book because it's really good. I've heard good things. I just couldn't get into it, but I really want to try to. So that is what we're doing for the month of August. I told you this video is going to be quick and sweet. So in that case, I'll go ahead and wrap this up so you guys can get back to reading. And I will see you at the end of the month to tell you what I thought about the books that I read. Did I finish the 4 books that I'm supposed to finish? Did I add an additional book? Or did the whole thing just go up in flames? Because who knows? It's 2024. Life be life in sometimes. So thank you for hanging out. Don't forget to go conversate with me on TikTok. That is where all the Kindle um reviews, not reviews, but like tips and tricks and things that I learned from here in the groups I am on Facebook, things I see on TikTok that I'm like, oh, people just don't know this. I try to answer my videos. I try to use it to answer a lot of common questions that people get when they have new Kindles or they've updated Kindles and they're just like, I don't understand. So come hang out. I will also be talking about books that I read there as well. That's short form, like quick access to me. And if you like YouTube, just leave a comment and I'll comment back. But thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys at the end of the month. Bye.